So, guys, we need to talk about this whole situation that's going on with Young Spray, Chronic, and Bouncer because it's really starting to heat up. It was meant to be a civil war, but we all know it's going to be just a verbal one.
Because he didn't put up the thing of my man eating batty. He didn't put that up.
Who?
So you're just putting up things against man. Stop it.
Who eating batty? No, like actually who? What are you talking about? I actually don't even know. Because, bro, if someone was eating batty, bro, and you said that, bro, I would have put it up because I don't care, fam. This is the difference, bro. I'm not trying to make friends with any of you look like that, bro.
That last clip had to be the biggest why, because why is he so invested in what men or guys or but anybody is doing in the bedroom? What is even the sake of his thing? Like, is it just to tear people down, annoy people? I'm not sure at this point, because he seems to be doing the exact same things that other people will do to him and he likes to cry about. Then he does it to other people and expects them not to be annoyed at it. Like, let's be honest, he was calling Remain Relevant TV a stalker the other day, and he seems to just be doing the exact same thing with other people, and he's releasing multiple videos. He's stalkering Young Spray, he's stalkering Fumes the Engineer, he's stalkering Fredo, he's stalkering everybody. He literally exhibits stalkerism. And the thing is, every time Bouncer is in a conversation, nowadays anyway, everybody always brings up the whole fake narrative that he was a snitch, which isn't a fake narrative, it's a real narrative, but Bouncer just tries to paint over it. But listen to what he's got to say, because this is going to be the first clip that I'm going to show you. Watch this.
You see this snitch allegation? This is what makes people so fake, bro. It's been here since 2009. That's the first time it's gone on the internet, bro. And every bad man, including Spray or Chronik or all these people, saw it on the internet then because it went viral. So when man is selective with this thing and I'm going on the podcast or man's doing weird stuff, because remember, bro, we can all go nuts, bro. Remember, when there's videos coming up, you're doing little weird stuff in the videos, and then 5 hours later, you're posting certain people. No problem. I'm not going to go crazy. But I'm saying, bro, stop trying to paint these narratives.
Now, the thing is with this whole Bouncer thing, I'm not going to go over this because I've been over this in another video, but Bouncer actually did go and do a statement. He didn't just call the police. He went to the actual station, done a video interview, and this same video interview was played to the jury. So even though it might not have been the defining piece of evidence which was used to convict these people, Bouncer definitely played a part in the conviction of these people, because his story basically lined up with somebody else's story. So they decided that they was able to use that piece of evidence to be able to convict these people or add it into the case. So even though Bouncer tries to use this idea that he didn't go on the stand, he flew to Jamaica, blah, 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 all of the nonsense, it does not change the fact that he snitched. And he tries to make it seem as if, say, he's never done these things at all. And it's just so weird, because in his previous interview, where it was just a load of glazing Bouncer, that was really what it was, he did speak about this whole snitching thing or whatever he had done in the station. And this is how he put it, because this is the next clip I'm going to show you. Watch this.
And this is what, because I've never addressed this. I've addressed this. No, I addressed this in 2009, bro.
Too early for Instagram.
Too early for
Yeah,
Instagram.
Instagram wasn't that high. And this is what's so crazy. For you to say you addressed it in 2009, but remember, this is the new world.
This is the new
world. So it's
world.
like, have you made a video? Have you addressed it on Instagram?
No.
It's like, that's
I've
what
never
I'm saying.
addressed this.
It's the new school addressing. Do you know what I'm saying? We're from
addressing.
the old school addressing. I spoke about it.
I spoke about it. So we've addressed this. So now a man's doing tit for tat. So a man's like, oh, your Bouncer's a snitch, got a man lifed off in the can. But you don't even know nothing, bro. What are you talking about? I got a man lifed off in the can, bro. Bro, to give this some content, yeah, bro, is this happened, bro, when I was 15 years old, bro. 15-year-old. I said something to the police, yeah, that I shouldn't have said, bro. Get me? And I take own for it, bro. I wasn't there when a murder happened, bro. I wasn't there when flipping, bro, they had codees, yeah, that turned QE, bro. Do you get it, bro? I said a conversation on the phone, bro. You get me? I said a conversation on the phone. This is before I even on the roads, bro. I'm 15. My school friends died. You get me? R.I.P. my friend. Do you get me? I don't want to say his name, but R.I.P. him. You get me?
God bless.
Bro, I f***ed up, bro. You get me? If you want to call me a snitch from that, you can call me. I wasn't there when the murder happened. So
you weren't there when the murder happened. You weren't there on the day of sentencing. You weren't there to point out a man on. There you go, bro.
Right. This is absolutely not how snitching works. Just because you didn't go to the court and do all of these things, that doesn't make you not a snitch. This is just ridiculous. And I don't know why Tricky is sitting there like, yeah. You know what? You're right. You're right. Like, bro, like, that is not correct. This is just a lie. This is just a fake. That is a fake narrative. If you go to the station, you say something, you are a snitch. That is it. It's just done. Please do not try to change the narrative of what a snitching. You walked into the station, you said something about something you had nothing to do with. That even makes you even more of a bigger snitch. Let's be honest. But I didn't play this clip just for that fact. What I played this clip for is if you did not hear it, when Bouncer was asked whether or not he made a video or this was on Instagram, his actual answer was no. It wasn't a yes, it was a no. And then when he asked, did you really address it like virally? Like, he's basically saying it didn't go anywhere. No one knew about it. He addressed it on the street. And then he turns around and says, no, I haven't actually addressed this. So now in 2025, he's actually trying to say that he did address it, but in 2009 or whenever he's saying he never addressed it.
For you to say you addressed it in 2009, but remember, this is the new world.
This is the new
So
world.
it's like, have you made a video? Have you
No.
addressed it on Instagram?
No.
It's like, that's
I've
what
never
I'm saying.
addressed this.
It's the new school address it.
It doesn't, what, he's just lying. He's just lying at this point. He's just a pathetic liar. Now, for this next clip, I'm going to show you Young Spray and Chronik talking. I don't know what it is about Chronik. Chronik can crash out and then turn into a philosopher or something. Like, honestly, what is this? Like, 1 minute he's crashing out on TikTok and the next minute he's in the studio talking some stuff that I can actually agree with. It's just, it's so weird. Like, listen to this anyway.
See Bouncy's doing all of this stuff and but you don't realise, blood, what you're doing wrong, Bouncer, is you're bringing all these things to the forefront. So like, even the thing with you and my man the other day, no one really knew about it, but see, once man talks about it, you bring it to the forefront. Like, when you're saying, like, I'm just talking about things that's on the net, yeah, safe, blood, but you're talking about things that's on the net that everyone ain't seen. So when you're talking on it, you're making everyone the same thing with the Fred thing or whatever that you lot. This is what you lot are doing, but I get it. Like, you're a blogger or whatever, but
What
cool,
I will
innit?
say to Bouncer is though, you see, if you're just doing all these people, why for that, and you're just reporting and that, but you actually got my number. You can G-check the facts. You're putting stuff out. Hold on. You're putting stuff out about people talking about all types of foolishness, my family, my mum, all of these things, and you're putting it out there. And then you've got the cheek to be giving dower about people not taking up the internet and but you're a part of it, bro. So when something mad happens, what we're doing, and you're not on your channel talking bears about your crimes and your things. So back to what I was saying, snitching is the same as cannibalism. You only need to snitch once to be a snitch for the whole of your life.
No, I'm not sure what is going on here. Chronik said snitching is the same as cannibalism. Can we take it in? Can we just give him a round of applause? Because that has to be one of the best. There's probably so many of Chronik's statements that we can all agree with, even though we agree he's a dickhead. But the point being is that he says some really mind-blowing stuff, and you can just instantly understand what he's saying. Let's be real. Now, as we can see, Chronik is really annoyed just as much as Young Spray, or maybe a little bit less, we never know. But at the same time, he is really frustrated with the fact that Bouncer continues to make up stories or say stories about them and not ask for any reference. And it's a thing that Bouncer just does not like to take accountability for. He likes to put out fake information, say it's entertainment, but as soon as somebody does it to him, he gets really annoyed, gets pissed off, and then tries to bring them down and stuff like that. Look at Fumes, look at Fredo, all of these people. He's had vendettas with these people and then tries to use his channel to take them down. It's so weird. And he's like a movement for him. This is like Beyonce fans or something. I'm not too sure who watches Bouncer anyway. But the next clip I'm going to play for you is Bouncer responding to what Chronik had said, because you know Bouncer's going to do this and he's probably going to make like 50 episodes out of this one clip or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, let's watch it.
No, you're not making sense, Chronik, bro. You're not making sense. Why am I going to phone your phone, bro? If a man has made a video, bro, let's get the video up, bro. Because remember, it's nothing to do with the facts here, bro. It's what a man is saying over here, bro. And this is where people always get things confused. So, my man, yeah, let's get it up, bro. You get me? And I understand why a man's upset, because it's against man. So, I'm not, but when man's...
After all of that crony with your speedboat creps, Those speedboat sneakers. What happened after all?
Bro, I don't need to phone your phone to get the proper end of the story here. I'm not here to do that. I'm here. My man's made a video, and whether it's the story's true or not, man's just speaking. This is what my man said. There's some back and forth here. It's entertainment, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say, Chronik? And that's where it is, bro. But it's like, I don't need to phone your phone and say, oh, is this true? Boom, 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 boom.
There's one thing I can say about Bouncer wholeheartedly, that he's just a hypocrite. Because if you look at all of the facts of everything that you watch about Bouncer, he has different mindsets for different scenarios, different situations. So, like with the Fredo situation, he went completely off the rails. As soon as Billy the Goat got those voice notes, Bouncer, I'm sure it was going to end all for him. Like he was just going to be brought down. It was literally hanging by a thread. And Fredo just decided to do nothing about it. And he could have ended all of this, maybe, we don't know. But at the same time, Bouncer is now more powerful than ever. He's like Thanos at this point. He's just sitting there on his throne, acting, well, not his throne, his chair in Dubai, which we all agree must be really smelly and sweaty, because it seems like he's always wearing the same stuff when it. And he says, oh yeah, it's just a Primark top, but he seems to sit in there for hours. So for this next clip, I'm going to play that bit from Fredo, because you need to understand what he said here and what he said just before don't match up in any way whatsoever. So it just makes it just confuses everybody. Like, and this is why nobody really knows where they stand with Bouncer, because he's such a slimy character and just acts different towards different people, just like he accuses the blog pages and Shade Bar of acting. And then, yeah, but anyway, let's just play this clip. Watch this.
I want to break down what Bounce is saying is not true, because I'm only going on that. Yeah, maybe my thumbnails is for people to watch. You get me? And maybe I might have just said, yeah, fake, boom, boom, boom. But you haven't told man that it's not. You get me? We keep on mentioning a jeweler, bro. Come on, man. We're smart people. We know these things, yeah, boy. Like, we're just mentioning these things and we're just saying stuff, bro. I'm like, I know you feel like, yeah, but I'm textbook dumb, bro. But my awareness and I'm good at what I'm smart, bro. I'm smart, Aki.
Now, do you see what I mean? So with Chronik, he says, Chronik, why would I call you? Why would I talk to you? Like, I don't need to know this information, blah, blah, blah. But with Fredo, he was like, oh, Fredo, you never called me. You never called me, bro. You never called me. Like, what does this guy expect? Who the hell is he? Who does he actually think he is? He's confused. No one cares what Bouncer really does or says. No one wants to be friends with Bouncer, but Bouncer is trying to force his way into an industry that don't even like him. Like, just stay where you are. Keep talking about your weird little stories and doing whatever you're doing, because none of them really like you. And I think this has really bothered him. The fact that Fumes got on with UKL made you think the people that he always praises, and he was nowhere to be seen. They didn't even give him a heads up or anything. I know Bouncer is very annoyed at that. But seeing as we're talking about the Fredo situation, let's continue with what Young Spray was saying, because there was also some other comments that really annoyed Bouncer.
See, with the Fred thing, big up Fred, yeah? With the Fred thing, I see him talking about it and he's like, oh, why can't we see an injunction? Where's the evidence? Bro, man are bad people. Do you think man even think about going to police for any injunction? Right. You're showing how you think. Do you think, bro, I've had stalkers. I've had a stalker. And I was so mad I couldn't go feds. Because I was so mad because I just know I can't go feds. Like, because that's just how I am. So it's not even thought in my head that I can get an injunction. I didn't even know this. Like, if that was in my brain, like, I could just go and get, police injunction. I would have. Yeah. No one thinks like that, Bouncer. Yeah. So when you're saying, where's the evidence? Why is Fred going to think, let me get an injunction on this girl? This is not how we think.
But this is a common thing that all of these guys like to bring up nowadays, because they all don't like Bouncer, that he's a snitch, he does this, he's a police boy. And you know that Bouncer really gets annoyed when people bring this up, because like he said before, he messed up. He really messed up. He shouldn't have done this, but it's now a stain on his record. He can never go back. He can't change the fact that he done this, but he tries to pave over it and call it a fake narrative and act like, well, there was other evidence. Well, what does that even mean? Does that change the fact that you went to the station? Snitching is about you. It's not about whether the person got convicted. Look at YSL Woody. It's the same sort of situation. He's basically YSL Woody, let's be honest, because he used to be around all these great people. Then they found out he snitched. And ever since then, people have kind of been pushing themselves away from him. And now he finds himself in the middle of the desert in Dubai talking people's business in the UK. That's literally where his life has gone. So the next clip I'm going to play for you is going to be Bouncer's response, because obviously it's Bouncer. he has to respond. Watch this.
Think. We don't think like we don't just quick to.
Bruv, allow it, bro. Allow it, bro. Allow it. You get me? Allow it. Don't say allow it, bro. We don't think like that. For when a person is bringing their lawyer team, like maybe it was Fred Slizzer or this, don't bring the lawyer team involved. That's why I've said that. Or it wasn't been said. Why is a lawyer team going on Billy the Goats talking about this, that? Why would you bring a lawyer then? Why would you do that? Bro, you lot are not
internet ready.
Trust me.
Internet ready.
You can't. Bro, you can't do that, bro.
This was his response for saying about the injunction thing. Now, I'm not sure if Bouncer is really educated in this sector of law or has no understanding of how an injunction works. But basically, to be granted an injunction, you need to go to the police. You can't just go to court. You can't just use lawyers. It doesn't work like that. You need to literally file a police report. And if you don't file a police report, the chances of you getting an injunction on somebody is maybe slim to none. Honestly, I'll be real with you. So if you're going to think about getting an injunction, you're going to have to call the police. And this is about something that Bouncer is clearly not understanding at this point. So when he speaks about lawyers and it's like it means something, of course he should bring his lawyer team because they're the people who understand the legal paperwork. Whereas Fredo himself might get tripped up in certain questions and then people will clip it and act like it's something else, which it really isn't. Like, we all know how this works. And this is how you know Bouncer is textbook dumb. But then another thing that really annoyed Bouncer as well was this whole thing about Dutchavelli, because till this day, Bouncer refuses to really take accountability for this whole Dutch scenario. But listen to him anyway.
You have people like Spray. This is what he tries to do. He tries to push these because he's upset with me about something else. He's trying to use this about boom. Dutch's thing got leaked, whether it was real or not. People spoke on it, bro. We're allowed to speak on it, bro. You get me? That's it. We're allowed to speak on it. You see, we live in a world of madness. We live in a world of madness. You get me? So that's it, bro. Obviously, I put my hands up when it comes to the Dutch thing, because it's like, I'll be honest with you, bro. You see, most people, they just keep quiet and let madness happen. You get me? They let madness happen, and I've always said from the get-go, bro, I don't think Dutch has slept with any underage girl. Now, the messages are the messages. Whether they're real, they're not real, boom, 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 boom. Fredo now, there's a lot that's gone there, you get me? There's a lot around it. There's lots that's happened, you get me? And on that page, not everything is fake. Period, you get me?
We have to say this one thing about Bouncer. He hates to admit that he is wrong. It's impossible for Bouncer to actually say sorry. He always finds some weird little loophole or some way of just not saying sorry, but trying to say that he said sorry. And this is the thing. You see with Dutchavelli, he says that he held his hands up. I'm not even going to run that clip because that's in another video as well. But he does not take accountability properly. And what he does is he turns it back onto himself and says the treatment that he received for it means that he basically doesn't need to say sorry, which is just weird. At the end of the day, you created this narrative and you was trying to push it through all the blogs and them sort of stuff. And then as soon as the fan hit that these actual messages weren't real, he then tried to just scurry away and act like he was never part of it. But he was one of the front. He was even one of the front people. Watch this clip I'm going to play for you, because he was one of the people who was really pushing it the most. And he even admitted it himself. It's so weird. Watch this.
Look, certain things that I say, I'm a human being.
Bro, I don't get it. Like this, if this was your sister or like any female, anyone, if this is anyone, what, is this okay? Bro, the industry.
There was a situation that happened where Dutch was talking to, let's put it sweet, and I'll put it as sweet as possible.
Yeah.
He's talking to a minor.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? I wouldn't say, and you wasn't, it's not even that I wouldn't say, you wasn't the only person to call him out.
Yeah.
But I think you was the most out there and the most active person to call him out.
Yeah.
So people obviously go for that person because there's not a reason why he addressed you back.
Yeah.
I'm just putting out the reason why he may have addressed you back from that and not addressed so to speak, I put up one of my guys on the table at Ascot.
Honestly, would you believe this interview is still on his page? It's just so stupid because he admits himself that he was one of the front runners against this whole campaign, sorry, should I say, against Dutchavelli, saying that he spoke to an underage girl. And then nowadays he's trying to backtrack and act like he wasn't one of the people who he was just a normal person. He was just a normal person who was talking about this situation. We was all talking about it. Well, we all know we all talking about it, but you was the front runner saying, oh, this, that, why they not posting it on this and that, complaining all the time, acting like it was like, again, with, oh yeah, Dutchavelli, they read all the blog pages like Dutch, rah, rah, rah. It's the same sort of tone that he's setting with Fredo. Oh, Fredo is loved by all the blog pages and that's why this and that. It's just really weird, and it shows that he's just jealous at this point. And then listen to further on, because obviously there was a situation which really meant that Bouncer was trying to push this narrative, and this is something that he still does today.
And I'm not even gonna be stupid and ask you what made you
Yeah.
call him out, because I know why.
Yeah,
You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? I know
yeah.
why I didn't even, but I know why you did.
Yeah, I got to use myself. It touched, man. And bro, the industry just pissed me off. Don't pick one for one, because I'll be real with you, bro. Before that happened, bro, yeah, and I was close friends with Micah and Jams.
So do you see what I'm saying? He uses the exact same language with Fredo. Don't choose for one. If you're going to do this, you go against this person. Someone must have really been hurt in his close entourage by these blog pages for him to be really moving like this. And then as soon as it's done against him, he's annoyed. He just wants to be posted, but none of these blog pages want to post Bouncer. Even if it's something dumb he said, even if someone's getting onto him, whatever, they just don't want to post him because they don't really care about what goes on unless something really bad happens to him, and then they might post him. Now, for this last clip, I'm going to show you how adamant he was about this whole Dutchavelli thing. He was so on for Dutch, like he really wanted to get Dutch in this situation because he really believed it was him. Watch this last clip.
He's flipping. That's happened, and obviously, I've called him out because I just felt it was right. I've got a daughter. I felt it was right. I believed in my heart, bro. This is what it is. There's loads of messages
And you
coming
did
out.
say for time, and you said it numerous times, not even behind closed doors, where you said it to me behind. I've seen you say it in the open. If it comes out that I'm wrong,
I'll say
stand
sorry,
up in front of all
bro.
of you
I'll
and say
stand up
sorry.
to everyone
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I will say sorry, bro. I'll give man a public apology.
Now, for this last one, guys, because there's a last clip, I have to play you a bit of this guy because Urban Music himself is just a donut. I don't like any of his opinions, and he seems to always get at Bouncer. But Bouncer thought it would be a good idea to use this guy as like his kind of like an example of saying what he was saying was right. And if you look at the comments and you look at the likes, it's literally got nothing because no one agrees with what these people are saying. But he found somebody, he found an idiot who was going to agree with what Bouncer was saying, because these lot seem to be haters of people or positions that they can't be in.
This whole Fredo situation is so weird, and it's definitely exposed how selective the UK black culture is. From when a man's getting exposed for his wrongdoings, whether it's robbing promoters and not performing at the shows, through scamming his investors and get me running off of their money, or chatting to young gal, with clear evidence as well. Man are quick to say it's AI, is photoshopped. What, since when did everybody become an expert in identifying whether things online are AI?
Now, I couldn't play too much of his opinion because it was quite long what he was talking about. But the point being is you need to understand when information comes from a corrupt source, then there's possible ways that they can actually manipulate this information. So that's why everybody is saying that it might be AI, it might be all of these things, because Lottie is actually a stalker, and she's a very weird woman who actually ended up having a baby with one of the members of Fredo's actual charity, and then decided that she was going to do the most and start turning up in places that she shouldn't be. And then Bouncer's response while using this video was this, and it's just so annoying because he refuses to admit that he could possibly be wrong in this situation.
But it's good that Lottie has now took it upon herself, because she's been they're saying, yo, you are flipping, you're a stalker. Lottie, you're a stalker. That's what they're saying. Lottie, you're a stalker. Okay, cool. Lottie, prove that you're not a stalker. You get me? And you can only prove it by giving your phones in, getting it examined, giving the police your phones or whatever, and going down that route. You get me? Because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is Bounce is a hater. Boom, 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 boom. That Mr. Flake Fetzer, every post on there was fake. My man hit the nail on the head. I didn't mention nothing to do with anything to do with flipping investors or anything and everything. But like I said, God will do what he needs to do. God will do what he needs to do. But you see him, and it's good that we've got the younger generation.
Why he just refuses to take accountability for this whole Lottie situation, that she might be weird, she might be a stalker, because Bouncer does the exact same thing except talk about people online and then starts being a stalker, exhibiting stalkerism. But guys, I'm just going to leave it there. We'll see how this war progresses between, or should I say this verbal warfare between Young Spray and Bouncer will go, if it will continue, or Bouncer will just fade out and act like nothing ever happened. But like, share, subscribe, and I shall see you on the next one.